Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the second day of our 3-day online workshop on trademarks. We are thrilled to have you join us for the comprehensive program which has been organized by Property Pro Legal in collaboration with Revanesh Reva University. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker, which is uh, which is so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just facing a technical issue. I'll just be right back in a minute. Yeah. I'm so sorry, guys, for the technical issue. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker, which is Mr. Guru Singh, and Mr. Gursimran is an associate with Talwar Advocates, a law firm based in Mohali, Punjab, and has hands on experience in IP law, commercial contracting, and technology law. He holds an LLM in IPR from Lovely Professional University and a diploma in technology law and fintech regulations. We are really glad to have you here, sir. The virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you, Tazeen, for the introduction. And thank you, Sanjay, for inviting me. And thank you to the team of Property Pro Legal and Riva University for inviting me to this session and allowing me to share the knowledge that I have been able to gather over a couple of years of my practice in trademark law, intellectual property law, and technology law. So before we start, is my voice audible to everyone? Can everyone confirm that?
Yes.
Great. So, just before I start, I just want to get a fair idea of the audience that I have here. How many, just please, if you can, in the chat box, write whether you're students, whether you're professionals, whether you're in academics, right? So, if you can, go ahead and type in the chat box whether you're still studying or whether you are a working professionals. So we have Shubham Sharma, who is an advocate, and Priyaksha, if I'm pronouncing it right, she's a student. I'm guessing you are a law student, Priyaksha. And Macha Srinath says he's IT professional, product management. Arvind Kumar, working professional. Priyanka, law student. Sneha Dasji, assistant professor at Kalinga, law student. So I guess we have a mixture of law students, working professionals, and academics too. Great. So I'll just start sharing my screen. And so the first session, so I'll be taking two of your sessions. The first session, which will cover national and international trademark registration and how it works. I hope everyone has a fair idea of what trademark is and what's the importance of trademark in today's world. And yes, so I'll just share my screen. Great. So firstly, we'll try to cover the national registration process. The national registration process, what I mean is how to get a trademark in India, right? How can one person file for a trademark in India and how can one receive a registration of the same? Okay. Because just filing a trademark is not enough. there are various steps to it, which I have written here. So it is important to get your trademark through each of these steps so that at the end it may receive registration from the trademark registry. Okay, so guys, please feel free to interrupt me at any moment and ask a question if you have any doubt regarding whatever I'm saying. So my motive here is not just to give you theoretical knowledge of what filing, prosecution, opposition, all of this. I'll practically show you the website where we do all of these steps, right? And I'll share the tips for you to understand this process and to do it better for yourself or your clients. Okay. So if is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great. So this is the IP India website which we have, where the trademark filing, etc., is done. It includes website for patents also, designs also, GI also, and copyright filing is also done through a sub website which is available on this site. Since our workshop is for trademarks, we will proceed. I'll proceed to show you how the trademark website works. So these are the three things which are there, which are extremely important from your trademark point of view, right? So I'll do a public search here, okay? And I'll try to open what we call as niche classification, okay? So, so there are three columns here, two columns to be precise, which are of use: wordmark and the class that we want to. So this is where we search a trademark. That so, for example, I am a company. I'm starting a new brand today called Reliance, right? And now, if I want to get a trademark of this particular word, that is Reliance, firstly, I will check whether this particular trademark is registered with another party or not, right? And the other thing that is also there is under Reliance, I want to sell, for example, I want to sell services in, software as a service that I want to sell under the name Reliance. Okay. So this is a particular type of service, that is software as a service, that I want to sell to my clients under the brand name Reliance. And I want a trademark registration for this particular mark. So I'll go to a trademark attorney or file it myself or do it myself. What I'll do is I'll ask them to check first that whether the name Reliance is available or not. Okay. So I'll type here Reliance. Okay. And this is the class. What is class? Class tells us that if I'm about to want to sell my services, software as a service, right, under which trademark class does it come under? So to understand under which class it comes under, we have to go to this website called WIPO's website, wherein there is description of each and every class, and each and every class tells us what are the goods are which are covered under it. Okay. So if I want to, provide services under, software as a service, it comes under the services head. If you may follow my cursor here, it comes under services head. So when I click on class 42, right, and if I read the description here, scientific and technological services, research and design relating here to industrial analysis, industry research, industrial design services, quality control, authentication services, design and development of computer hardware and software. So these are all the services which comes under class 42. Okay. If I do Control F and I write software, okay. So here comes software consultancy, software design, software hosting, software platform, and all of these things which come under which are software related services. Okay, so here is software as a service which is covered under class 42. Okay, so that I'll understand that if I want to sell software as a service under the brand Reliance, I need a trademark under class 42. Now the first thing I have to do is check whether the word Reliance is available under class 42. So I'll write class 42 here. I'll write this code which is there and I'll click on search. Okay. Now when I enter the word and enter search, we'll see that a lot of people have tried to file the trademark for Reliance, right? There are a lot of people here. So Reliance Body Shop, Reliance Office Depot, these are the things that people have, asked registration for. Now, all of these, you'll check either they are abandoned, withdrawn. We'll see that there are very few marks which have received registration under this, right? In fact, there is none. So there is this Reliance AutoZone, which has whose mark has been, so it is of Reliance Retail Limited only, right? And their mark has been accepted, right? And their mark has been accepted. So this is all the marks related to Reliance Retail Limited. So once I see accepted here or registered here, I'll understand that, it's very difficult for me to file a trademark in this class because file a trademark of Reliance in this class because it won't be possible for me to, use it actually because I will be infringing their mark. So when I have to file a trademark, I have to first check whether a particular trademark is available under the class, right? That I want to provide services in. All right, guys. So if you can, keep on sending your remarks on messages and all, I'll understand that you are understanding too, right? And please stop me wherever you want, okay? Just to understand कि मतलब if you're understanding everything, okay? So we are back to the website again. I showed you the search portal of trademark. Now I'll show you the filing portal, which is this, okay? So I'll just stop sharing just for a second to log in here, right? And I'll share my screen again. I hope you can see my screen. All of you can see my screen. So this is, once I log in, this is how the trademark portal opens, right? So now we'll try to understand that once, the trademark, I have decided to file a trademark, where I have to go. So I'll click on new form filing. I'll click on TMA. I'll select the entity type which is there. So if an individual is filing the trademark, the official fee, that is the government fee, is 4,500. And if a startup is filing it, it is also 4,500. If it is a registered small enterprise, it's also 4,500. But you have to have a proper registration for startup and small enterprise. If you're an individual, you don't require any document, right, to prove it because your Aadhaar card will probably do. But other than that, startup and small enterprise, you'll require a registration certificate from the government to show that you are registered as a small enterprise or startup. If I click on others, in others, what categories comes like a simple company or a partnership firm? These are all the things which come under others. Okay. So for now, I'll click on others. I'll select that I have to file a trademark application here. So there are a lot of options here. From trademark filing perspective, this one and this one is important. For instance, because in this one you have to file one application in one class. For this, if I have to provide services under Reliance under various of the goods or services, then I click on multi-class. But firstly, we'll see what is what comes under a trademark application form. So I'll click 42 here because this is the services I want to provide. I'll click submit. This is the form which opens. I'll click on add new proprietor, and these are the details which I'll fill, right? These are pretty easy to understand. You'll be able to do it. Then I'll go back, and then I'll these are the pre-filled things which are there. These are my details of the advocate, and then here what happens is we have to fill the details of the mark. Now this is word. Now there are primarily two categories for which we file trademark usually. It's either a word mark or a device mark. Device mark is the logo mark and word mark is the word itself that I want a trademark for the word Reliance. Okay. And device is I want a trademark for the logo of Reliance. Okay. So I'll write Reliance here. All right. And here, this is the description of the goods that goods or services that I have to provide. So I'll edit it and I'll write here software as a service. I'll click update, and I'll click on either proposed to be used basis or on the basis that I have been using this mark for a long time. So if I've been using this mark for a year or two, I will attach an affidavit of use, and I'll write on that affidavit that I have been using this mark for quite some long time, and I'm attaching documents as a proof to show that yes, I have been using this particular mark. So here you attach some documents which are power of attorney, you know, certificate in respect of startup, certificate in respect of small enterprise, and other relevant documents. Since this is only we're doing for the purpose of this workshop, I'll not be uploading anything. And once you upload, usually the documents show here, and then you click on done, and then you digitally sign and submit it with the use of digital signature, which is issued which you can apply online for yourself, or as an advocate or as a proprietor. So this is the process of trademark filing. Okay. And this is the national filing which is done. Okay. So what happens once you file a trademark? There are further steps which you have to follow. Okay. For which you'll be able to understand that yes, this is the process that has to be followed. So I'll open the PPT. So once you file the trademark, then the prosecution stage of the trademark starts. What happens in prosecution stage is the registry first issues objections to your mark, the mark that you have filed. For example, if I filed a mark for Reliance, right? There are two kinds of objections which can come. One is section 9 objection and one is section 11 objection. These are sections of the Trademark Act 1999. So section 9 objections usually comes when the nature of your mark is generic. For example, if I file a trademark for the word called pizza, I'll receive section 9 objection stating that your mark is non-distinctive, right? It can't distinguish your services from those of another. And if I use marks like Karnataka, Punjab, Lahore, Haryana, right? These are the objections under section 9 which will come, because you cannot have trademark over these specific words which are generic in nature, or which are, names of the state or geographical region, etc. Okay. And then we have what we call section 11 objection. So if I filed a trademark under Reliance, and the trademark registry will check what my trademark, and then they'll say that under section 9, since I have shown you in the public search, there are a lot of trademarks which are filed, accepted, or registered, right? So those marks will be reflected in the objection report, which will come under section 11, right? You can have objections which come under both the classes also, right? And after these objections are received, we are supposed to file a reply to the objection under in 30 days. So once, for example, if this objection is raised today by the registry, I will have 30 days to file the written reply to the objection, which is also filed here. I'll show you on the website if my screen is visible to everyone. I'll go here. I'll click on miscellaneous reply. I'll click on reply to examination report, right? I'll file the application number here, and then there is a feature of upload, etc. Okay, which will open. So this is the process that we follow for filing reply. So once we file the reply, the registry will go through our reply, and it will see either it will accept your mark, right? If it is satisfied with your reply, or it will proceed towards hearing stage, wherein they issue a hearing notice that they issue a hearing notice that you have to appear in a show cause hearing, wherein you have to explain that why your mark is distinguishable, or why it should be allowed registration, basically. So once hearing happens, they either accept the mark or they refuse it. So if they refuse it, then the mark usually gets abandoned. There is also a stage, there is also possibility of filing a review of it, but mostly people don't file review. So after the acceptance of the trademark is then advertised in a trademark journal. So what is a trademark journal? If I go to the website again, I'll click on publications, and then there is TMR journal. So this is a journal which is issued by the registry every week. So once this open, I'll show you what happens in this one. So once the trademark is accepted by the trademark registry, it is advertised in a journal like this, which shows that, which trademarks have been accepted in this week. Okay. And once this, this advertisement stage is for 4 months. So what is the purpose of this advertisement stage? The purpose of advertisement stage is basically for third parties to object to my trademark, right? Third parties. For example, if I file a trademark for Reliance and I had good luck with the registry and I was able to get it accepted by the registry. Now, what will happen is the actual Reliance, which is using this trademark, they will file opposition against me with the trademark register, right? That they can't use this particular mark, right? That I can't use this particular mark because they already have a right in it, right? So this is the purpose of advertisement, and this is where opposition by third parties take place. Okay, so I'll cover this particular session in the next session from 6 o'clock. But for now, understand the purpose of opposition. And here, if the acceptance of mark happens and there is no opposition for 4 months of the period of advertisement, then the mark gets registered. So guys, I just want you to give me to write in the text box whether you've been able to understand this process till now and whether you have any questions. Guys, do you have any questions? Should I proceed? You can unmute yourself and, also say if you have any question. Yes, Ekta, do you have any question?
Sir, I want to know, like, in case my application shows formalities check pass.
Yes,
and
yes.
it has been pending for the last couple of months, like 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
So what should be done, or like because that's how it is right now going on. It's pendency on the filing.
The pendency
Yeah.
is very high, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
too many
So
times it is pendent. Yeah.
So what I failed to mention in the process that I've shown is the timeline which usually takes to, get through all of this. I'll share my screen again. So when I file a trademark, right, for registry to give, so after filing, what my status of the application will show is that the status is formalities check pass. Okay. And usually nowadays registry is taking from a year or year and a half to even give response or to give objections to the applications that I filed. Okay. So if I filed a application today, the registry may take somewhere around, September, October next year to actually issue a examination report or objection, or or they might also accept the mark, but it might take somewhere around 13 to 14 to 15 16 months. So one way to get a hold of so Ekta, can you share the registration number of the trademark that you have filed, because I'll show you something which from
Sir,
which you'll be able to understand. Yeah.
Can I open this portal itself? Is it possible?
No, you can just share with me the trademark
I
registration
forgot the
number and I'll
trademark
do it.
number. Can you give me
Okay.
1 minute? I'll just check in the Google and I'll. Yeah.
Sure. I'll get back to you with what you can do. Okay, so there was a question of delay, that why this much delay is happening. So it's mostly, it's mostly because of the delay which is happening on trademark registries end, because there is a lot of workload that they're facing. So to counter that delay also, there is a method that you can file an expedited application, but it costs usually around 20,000 to 40,000 government fee to file such application. So in that case, what happens is your trademark is examined within a couple of days, and if it's either accepted, it'll get accepted in a week or so. If it is objected, it might not take more than a month or two, for it to get accepted. So there is also a expedited process which is available.
Sir, I've taken a screenshot.
Yeah, if you can share me the registration number.
So application number, right?
Yes, just give me a second. I'll share my screen again so you can get an idea what you can do. Okay, so is my screen visible, Ekta?
Yes, yes, sir.
So what I can do is,
You can search from there as well, sir. I mean, I've taken the
no,
screenshot from there only, sir.
no, I understand. I'm showing you something else where you can check how much time it will take, right? So I'll go to dynamic utilities and I'll click here queue of TM applications. So can you tell me the application number?
6735149.
So when I click on search here, it'll show me how many working days it might take for them to examine it. So it is showing 248 days. So it might take 248 more days, for them to examine this trademark. So you can make a fair estimate when this time will end. So it's close to, I think, 9 months or something.
Sir, I filed
So
last year, 30th November.
Yeah. So I think 248 more days this will take, which is close to what, 7 months from now, and it must be close to like December or somewhere like that. December, or I think next year you'll get the examination report.
I mean,
So if you want to, yeah, if the money is not a concern, you can file an expedited application. For example, I'll just click here, and I'll open this portal and new form filing TMM. I'll click on this and I'll paste the application number. And so you have an option. You'll have to spend 20,000 more to file expedited application. What will happen is they might give you examination report by today or tomorrow. And then you can, possibly they'll accept it. And if they have any objections, they'll give it. But the process gets, expedited. So this is one way that you can follow. Okay, so guys, I hope the trademark filing process is bit clear now, that how it happens and what are the timelines, etc. So I'm sure I'm not able to cover everything, but I think I have given all of you a fair idea of how it happens. In case you have any doubts till now, please feel free to write in the chat box. Otherwise, I'll proceed with the uh, further lecture, that is international filing.
So till now we see it's like almost 258 days. It's almost like 1 year if it's working days. So till that
Yes,
time
yes, yes.
we can't do any business or with that trademark or
No, I'll tell you. So what happens is, for example, you are very confident that the mark that you have filed is unique in sense that no one else is using it. Okay. So if you are confident of that fact, what you can do is by doing, of course, the searches and all the due diligence. If you are confident with that, you can proceed with working. However, there might come objections by the registry, etc. But if they are not section 11 objections, you are fairly safe to use it, in sense that no third party will object to you using this particular mark. Okay. For example, if you file trademark for Reliance, okay, you're in any case going to have a trouble. But if you come up with a very unique name which you are confident that no one is using, then you can start using it the day you're filing it, or even before that. That's not a problem. So you don't have to wait for registration to do the business. Because even doing business right now will be a good proof that you have started using the trademark, and you have attached a certain value to it by spending money on its marketing, advertisement, etc. Because everywhere where you will use your trademark, right, you're spending money on it. You're creating a market for yourself, right, by that particular name. So that also comes under proofs which we can show to the registry that we have already starting using the trademark. Hence, since there are no trademarks which are similar to this, please allow us the registration or acceptance of the mark. So that's I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Yes, okay.
Yes. So guys, do you also have other questions, or should I proceed further? I guess I'll proceed further then. So here now we'll understand about international registration process. So why international registration? What's its use? And how we can do it. For example, we'll stick to Reliance again. Okay. For Reliance is providing services to a lot of countries. For example, they're providing services in Bangladesh, Nepal, China, US, UK, Canada, etc. They'll try to get this trademark registered in all of these countries. Okay. Why? Just because they want to ensure that their trademark is not used in any other country as well. Okay. So how can an Indian brand which wants to sell their products internationally can register their trademark in other countries? So there are primarily two methods of doing this. First method is that we can go to trademark offices of each and every country there. And for example, if I want a trademark registration for Reliance in United States, I'll file a trademark application with USPTO, which is their trademark office. And then the same process which I explained in India will happen. Okay. And if I want to go to UK, I'll do the same thing, go to their trademark office, file the application, of course, with the help of another attorney and all. But if I, as an Indian brand, wants to register my trademark in multiple countries, 4 to 5 countries, there is an option of doing WIPO filing with the help of Indian IP office. So I'll give you a hint of how it works because it's a very detailed process and it's a very cumbersome process. So this is the trademark portal. Okay. I'll click on new MM2 application, which is new international application. So these are the details which I have to fill, whether I am a person, whether I am a company, whether I'll add my details here. I'll add the details of representative, that is a lawyer here, or your trademark attorney. Then I'll add the registration number here. For example, this is the registration number. It'll pick it from here that it's formalities check pass. It was filed on 30 in 2024. And then they'll ask me in which classes you want to file and in which countries do you want to file. So these are the things that you have to do in international registration, and you'll select the countries in which you want the registration in. For example, if I want it in United States, United Kingdom, United States, and Canada. Okay, I'll click here. And then I'll upload certain documents, which is power of attorney. And there is a special form for US, which is called form 18, which I'll have to, print and upload. And then I click on submit and this will go further. So what happens once this goes further is there is a certain fee that you have to pay. Okay, I'll show you what is the fee, etc. So I'll go to WIPO fee calculator. Okay, I'll just do simple Google search here. So I'll click on Madrid system fee calculator. They'll ask me type of transaction. I'll say new application I have to file. This is the date they're picking. Office of origin, I'll click on India. That this is the office of origin of the application, the national application on the basis of which I'm filing the international application. So we want registration only in one class. Is your mark in color? We will not click this. So I'll click on United States. Okay. I'll click on Canada. I'll click on, say, Nepal does not have the system. We can go to United Kingdom. We can go to France. Okay. You can go to European Union. So once I click on calculate, so this is the number which comes, which is the government fee that we have to pay for filing this international application. So this is Swiss franc 2573. right? So Swiss franc to INR, okay? So I'll have to pay almost 2,66,000 of government fee to, do this filing internationally in the countries which I had selected them, okay? So what is the use of this system, or what is the advantage of this system is that you are able to do the filing from your home country at a very cheaper cost. Because in any case, if you go there in their particular jurisdiction, get an advocate from there and file the application, it is going to cost you a lot. So this is where the WIPO filing application, international application helps, and you'll be able to save cost as a brand there. So this is how international application works. So what happens is once you do the filing through the Indian office, okay, the Indian office will send it to WIPO. The WIPO will send you a fee notification that this is the amount of fee that has to be paid in our bank account through credit card or through bank transfer. The client will do the bank transfer. Then WIPO will register that particular trademark with them. Okay. So if I have to check whether my trademark is, whether my trademark is filed there in Madrid or not. So I'm helping one of the clients in getting trademark registration for their mark Indri. Indri is a very famous whiskey brand in India. So I'm helping them with their registration, international registration. So I'll click here. So this is the mark that they have filed, and these are the countries in which they have filed: United Arab Emirates, Austria, Australia, Canada, Switzerland, China. So these are all the countries in which they have filed. So once I'll click on designation status, I'll check whether in which countries they have been granted protection. So they have been granted protection in Africa Intellectual Property Organization, Australia, Austria, China, Czech Republic, Denmark, all of these countries. And for example, there is a country like United Arab Emirates where alcohol registration is not allowed, so they'll provisionally refuse it. So this is provisional refusal. In Malaysia also there is provisional refusal, but they must have filed a reply to the refusal. Okay, in Canada also they must have filed reply. So when you have to file reply, you'll need the help of the attorneys there, to get the work done. So this is the international application which has to be done, which can be done through Indian IP office. So what is the best approach to tackle international filing? Because there is a lot of cost involved. If you'll understand, right? We check that 2-3 lakhs is government fee only for a couple of countries. For 3-4 countries, the fee goes into 2 to 3 lakhs. So what we can do is we have to be careful whether we want to use the brand in particular nation or not. Because for some big companies, this is possible that they'll be able to use this particular. They might have this much money to invest, but for smaller brands, the good strategy might be to approach these countries individually so that you have registration in each of these each of these countries. So this is the national and international trademark filing, which I wanted to cover. Okay. Now, there are a lot of things which happens in between when we file the trademark application in India. Okay. So I'll also tell you some ways in which you can tackle the Section 9 and Section 11 objection. Okay. So what is a Section 9 objection? I'll repeat myself again. Section 9 objection is if I filed a trademark for a word called pizza, I'll probably receive an objection from the trademark office that you cannot use this word pizza because pizza is a generic word. And there are a lot of people who associate pizza with the actual pizza. Okay. And you cannot have a monopoly over this particular word. So what will happen is they'll send a Section 9 objection. And when I'm filing the reply to the objection, I'll say that, ma'am or sir, that this pizza word was, origined by me. And I have been using it for say 20 years, 30 years. And in my locality or in my country, everyone associates the word pizza with my brand only. Okay, so this is just an example that I'm using, right? So you have to understand how you can reply to these objections. So guys, do you have any questions, or if you want to ask some questions? Zin, I think this pretty much covers the first part of this workshop, which is the national and international filing process. If we can take a maybe 5 minutes break, we'll get back again and we'll cover the infringement and passing off topics, which might be a bit interesting for the audience as well. So I guess we'll take a 5 minutes break and we'll get back again to discuss the further topics. So guys, if you have any question, please ask me.
Good evening, sir.
Please feel free. Yes.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. Uh, we will take a 10 minutes of break. We'll gather here again by 6 o'clock, right?
Sure.
5:53. So it's right now 5:43. So we'll start again by 5:53. Yes. I think there is some question. After resolving some question, we
Sure.
can
We can
get
take a
back,
break.
right?
No issues.
Yes.
Yes, Majab.
Yeah, so then when you're filing in different countries, so if any legal issue happens, so how is it approached? Is it WPO will be a partner to it, or we have to take individual
No,
local
we
court?
will have to take it individually. So they send a notice to you personally on your email that your application has been objected by, say, United States Trademark Office. Okay. So what we'll have to do is we will have to get an attorney there to write a reply on your behalf that why the objection that they have given is wrong, and then they have to file it. So filing etc. can be done from here, but if in case the objection comes, we will have to appoint an attorney there to make a claim on your behalf there to file their response. So eventually you will require an attorney there, but sometimes most of the times they do not object. Matlab, unless your trademark is very related to someone else, you're similar to someone else, they will not send objection. They'll straight away send acceptance directly. But in case an
Okay.
objection comes, you will have to appoint an attorney there in that particular jurisdiction, wherever objection comes from.
So if there's a mistake by WPO, then what happens? Who all are liable to be
So
penalized?
in case the WIPO itself objects to the trademark, for example, because if in their system only, if for example there is already a mark by Indri, by the name of Indri, okay, so that's in the name of one particular entity. So if I as Gursimran Singh file a mark again Indri through Indian office, and the WIPO will then refuse to give it registration on the basis that this mark is already registered with us. You cannot register it again with us. So there, the local attorney which I might have appointed for filing this trademark will get the response to it, and he'll file a reply to the same that this Indri's but for something else, etc. So this is how it might happen. Usually, WIPO does not object, matlab, unless you are filing an extremely related mark which looks like a mark which already exists. WIPO does not object. It takes fees from you and gives you registration, and then your particular application moves to each of the countries, that is US, Canada, UK, wherever you might have applied. So those particular countries give their objections to your applications.
Okay, okay. And we will come to know through WIPO that there's an
Yes.
objection.
Yes. There is a mechanism through which those countries send their notification to WIPO, and then WIPO sends the notifications to us on our email address, whichever is registered with WIPO during
Okay.
filing. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll take a break and we'll get back by 6.
Yes, sure, sir. So we'll take a short break. We'll get back to the next session by 6 o'clock. Thank you.
Sir, should I log